Well, India won the toss. They put Pakistan in to bat. Pakistan came out. They had their plans. They came out, batted aggressively, rattled the Indian bowlers, ran aggressively in between the wickets. India pulled things back a little bit between the 11th to the 15th over, and Pakistan managed 171 in their 20 overs. Sahibzada Farhan got 58, Ayub got 21, Mohammad Nawaz 21. Shivam Dube, the pick of the bowlers for India, with 2 wickets in his 4 overs, gave away 33 runs. We are back at Cricbuzz Live. I've got Mr. Harsha Bhogle and Mr. Murali Kartik with me. India is going to be very, very disappointed with the way they were in the field, because if they had taken their catches, it would have been a completely different scorecard.
Absolutely. And yet they cannot think like that. They've got to say 170 on a track. I was just asking Kartik his thoughts. On a track where the ball is not showing any signs of stopping and turning and coming, you should back yourself to get 170 against that lineup. But Pakistan should never have got to 170. It was one of the worst fielding displays I've seen by an Indian team. Not just catches going down, but the number of catches not being completed because you were coming off the rope. And I'm sure the fielding coach is going to be very disappointed with what he's seen today. They ran 3s, they ran 2s. You were not attacking from the deep. So it was a very, very forgettable fielding performance. And yet they should back themselves to get these.
You know, you say that you shouldn't be thinking of that once you go into the dugout, but as fans, Kartik, it's like Harsha said, we haven't seen India play or field this way. 5 dropped catches, 5 in all, and there were quite a few sitters there, because the one we were talking about, the one that Kuldeep dropped, you said he just didn't get into any position. The first one that Abhishek Sharma dropped, again the catch which should have been taken, and then the 2 when they should have been closer to the boundary line.
Absolutely. I think one of the shortest fielding performances we've seen from an Indian team in a long time. And look, we lavish praise on this team. When you look at what they are and how they stack up, we lavish a lot of praise. But today, I think Gautam Gambhir would be absolutely seething inside, because against a side whom we have literally decimated in the last game, you look like you are one of the minnows, just the way they fielded. And you're right, they were sitters. At this level, there is no cop-out, there is no excuse that this is the ring of fire. This is not the first time anybody's playing here. Everybody has played international games, Champions Trophy, IPLs. 2 IPLs have happened here. So there is no excuse that you cannot field here. There is a light coming. And everyone, possibly barring that one where Abhishek ran a bit, and I don't think he ran at full tilt. And we've seen Hardik Pandya take some stunners running like that. So I would put them all down as absolute sodas. And they've all been dropped. Shubman dropping a sitter. What's going on?
Even that last one,
literally
last ball,
and cutting the boundary, right?
Not only that, you've seen your bowling plan is to bowl wide Yorkers. If somebody is bowling a wide Yorker, half a bat's going to fly. And it's not as if the Dubai Stadium is MCG. It's a small ground. It looks big, but the playing surface is still small. And it's always easier to run in, not run back. That's the simplest formula which we are taught in cricket. So for you to be 7, 8 yards inside, I think absolutely
the other thing,
diabolical.
The field on the boundary is 6'3", 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah.
He's gone up and the ball has fallen in. That tells you how far inside he's come.
Just off the brow, just off the boundary. And I think he's got a hand, half a hand to it.
He's got a hand.
Fingertip to it.
Yeah, so he's got a fingertip. And the ball has just gone over. Correct, not in. The ball has just gone over. I think that's a catch, definitely. The one Abhishek on the boundary that palmed over.
Parried over, yeah.
That's a catch.
And then the rest were straightforward dollies.
In your hand. But
no, and that's what I'm saying. And it's not because it's an India-Pakistan game or any game. You feel like this, you play like this against anybody. You are the number one or one of the best teams going around in the world to play such cricket. I think they would all be fuming inside. But again, the most important thing is, can you shut it out? Because you need to go and bat. We've seen that. We saw in the Afghanistan game where Mohammad Nabi hit those 6s, but Sri Lanka came out fighting. Yesterday, they came out fighting in spite of handing over the initiative to the batting side. So I think the most important thing is right now, can Abhishek shut out what he has done? Because what he did in that first game was run first ball at Shaheen Shah Afridi. Can Shubman Gill shut it out, because they have to come out and there's an important chase on hand?
The other thing is, one of the things we had discussed in our preview was India would struggle against a left-hand heavy batting lineup. because then you have to go searching for a sixth bowler, because the perception exists to some extent backed by numbers that Akshar is not the same bowler bowling to left-handers, and your backup spin bowler was also a left-arm spinner in Abhishek Sharma. So see what Pakistan have done with their revamped batting order. Fakhar Zaman, left-hander. Hussain Talat, left-hander. Mohammad Nawaz, left-hander. Fahim Ashraf, left-hander. They've always had a left-hander in. And as a result, one of your best bowlers is down to 1 over. So India have actually benefited enormously from the overs that Shivam Dube bowled. I know you conceded one very expensive over. My theory has always been, if you're going well with your part-timer, take your profits and exit.
3 great overs from Shivam Dube. So
but
the fourth
overall,
one was quite a surprise, like you said.
Yeah, correct. So I would have taken him off after 3 and given Hardik a fourth.
He was 3 for 14, that's what we were chatting about. And then the fourth one went for 17 runs.
But 4 overs for 31. Where is Shivam? 4 overs for 33 and 2 wickets. He's actually bailed you out.
Yes. But do you feel that fourth over, because Shivam Dube, 4 overs, 33, and he picked up those 2 wickets, but strategically, do you think Surya should have pulled back?
No,
I completely agree with Harsha, because he's given you 3 good overs. And what was his strength then? He did what the other bowlers, barring Hardik Pandya, did. He bowled that back of a length, just slow enough, not fast enough, and that in-between length, which was difficult at that stage. And that is exactly what is not his length. And that is exactly what is not required when he was asked to come back again. And that was one of the reasons why what Harsha says makes a lot of sense. He's given you 3 good overs. It's not as if you are bereft of other options. You've got other options. You've got Hardik Pandya, who's bowled well. He should have not gone for 29. He has had 2 catches put down of him. His figures would have looked completely different. And he's somebody who you would have gone to if Shivam Dube hadn't given you those 3 good overs. So completely agree with it. That is not Shivam Dube's strength, to bowl in the death. You've eked out the best out of him, let him be.
You know, but Harsha, we're talking about the fielding and how we're not used to seeing this, because India has set such high standards for so many years with their fielding. There's one man who set such high standards with his bowling is Jasprit Bumrah. We're not used to this at all, because in the power play, 3 overs, 34 runs for Jasprit Bumrah, and he's ended up with 4 overs for 45 is what Bumrah has ended up with, an economy of 11.25. I don't remember the last time this has happened.
I'm just going
Is
back.
it a bit of a commentator's curse or our curse or our we've jinxed it? What we have done?
No, I'm going back to the very first game.
Yes.
India versus UAE. UAE 57 all out. Bumrah's gone 3 overs 19 in a 57 all out. And straight away it looked like he wasn't ready. Now let's go to India's next game. That was against Pakistan. And there Bumrah is 4 overs 28. By his standards, it's more. So I was sitting watching that. I thought he had to play the game against Oman because I think he looked like he needed overs behind him. And it definitely looked today. I've never seen him as off color, as off key as this. And you expect so much from him. It's almost like saying, you've come to listen to Lata Mangeshkar and you're saying, Besur kaise ga rahi hai?
Never happens.
Never happens. And it happens. It never happens with Jasprit. That's why we are talking about it so much.
No, like you said, it just seemed like he was off color. Kartik, we were talking about this off air as well. The Yorkers were not coming in because with Bumrah, and we spoke about it, you shut your eyes, the ball's given to Bumrah, oh, he'll take a wicket. We just take it for granted now. The Yorkers were not coming in. He was bowling down the leg. What do you think was off with him today?
I think everything. What we also said was that he's got this amazing or uncanny ability to read a batter. He's always ahead of the batter. He doesn't give the batter what he wants. And today, the exact opposite was happening. He was giving exactly what Sahibzada Farhan was asking, because he was backing away. He knows exactly what is going to happen, and he was presenting him with those kind of deliveries. And also, there are days, and sometimes it does tell you that the sport and cricket and the fact that we can literally take somebody to a great pedestal, and that is what he deserves, but sometimes the game does humble you. The game does humble you sometimes.
Only other time I've seen Bumrah being taken down like this was Sam Constas on the morning of the Boxing Day test. And Bumrah went 6 overs, 35-40 runs, I think, that day, and then came back and bowled magnificently after that. But that's the only time. And I wonder if word will spread around, let's charge Bumrah. Let's attack Bumrah. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, that is exactly what we spoke about in the Combox as well, saying that maybe they came with the plan that we need to take him down.
Yeah.
We need to take him down. Let's see what he does. We need to make sure that he feels rattled. And I don't know whether it was because of that or whatever. Definitely, one thing was sure, that it was not his day.
Well, Saibzada Farhan didn't let him settle down at all because, like you said, he did what Sam Constas was doing. He was charging him down.
Yeah. And the first guy to charge him was later was Fahim Ashraf.
Yes.
Fahim Ashraf has played him well in the past. So I think India were lucky that they got that edge. There'll be a lot of debate about that particular catch. But yeah, we looked at Farhan's figures, 50 out of 45. Still, he's played a 150, 155 game. So, but I guess he gave the solidity that the innings required. I think there'll be a lot of conversations around that catch.
The Fakhar Zaman catch.
Fakhar Zaman catch. I think anybody who has watched cricket for a while, irrespective of whether it's an Indian batter or any other batter, would say 100% every single day of the year that's out. Because the moment your fingers go underneath, all umpires everywhere in the world will give it out. They need substantive proof that the ball has actually bounced in front and then gone up. Now, sometimes when your fingers are down and the ball seems to be going up, it's actually stuck in your fingers and then going up. So when your fingers are underneath, it is out. There'll be a lot of discussion on this. And we've often said with this, you see what you want to see.
Yes.
So if you're a Pakistani fan, you will see that as 100% not out. If you're an Indian fan, you'll see that as out. If you're an Indian batter, the roles would have been exactly reversed. But that is the protocol in world cricket now. If your fingers are underneath, because it's a two-dimension picture, they give it out.
Well, we saw that from every angle possible. So like you're saying...
The only angle we didn't see was square, but
Yes.
it was a fuzzy angle, we could see it.
You know, we'll have a look at that batting card once again because Kartik, were you a little surprised to see the captain come down so late, or do you think it was just the left-right combinations they were going on?
No, I think initially I thought that as well, but I think what Harsha said makes a lot of sense, because if you're backed by numbers and the fact that every left-hander, and it was only left-handers who, it was not a right-hander who actually replaced Salman Aliaga. They were all left-handers, and given what they've done or given the numbers which Harsha presented, it made a lot of sense, because someone like Mike Hesson is also somebody who loves those kind of numbers, and I'm pretty sure it is for that reason that Salman Aliaga, although he was padded up, maybe if the situation had been different, maybe they kept feeling that, oh, we have attacked them, now there might be Akshar Patel, and then they kept sending those left-handers.
You know, Kartik, when you were doing that combox, they were 91 for 1 after 10 overs. Harsha, you know, that phase between 11 to 15, they had all the wickets in hand, but they went at just 5.60. They lost 3 wickets, gave away just 28 runs. So you think that was that phase which kind of changed things around?
It could be, because I think if you're 91, after 10 overs with wickets in hand, you want to reach 200.
Yes.
That is why, first question I asked Kartik when we came here was, did you spot anything to suggest that the ball was stopping on the batter? Because if it was, then 171 is a tough target. If the ball is not stopping, then 171 is gettable.
And did you see any dew at all? Because you by 8:30 the dew sets in, right?
No, I didn't see any dew, but all I would say is it didn't seem as if it was stopping and coming, but definitely just the way Shivam Dube bowled and Varun Chakravarti and Kuldeep Yadav in that phase of 5 overs, when they bowled that right length, when you see a batter charging and when you've got somebody like Shivam Dube who's tall, but you feel as if the ball's going to come on, but he doesn't. The action is sometimes quicker than the actual pace of the ball. I think he bowled really well. I thought he really bowled well at that point of time. And then Varun Chakravarti's over and Kuldeep's over. I think those 5 overs made a lot of difference, and the fact that they lost a few wickets, it was tough. Yeah. But I think that's one of the reasons why they got only 70, 91 and 80. Yeah. 80 in the back 10. But those 5 overs were crucial because of the way these guys bowled.
Yeah, they've structured their team well. You've got to hand it to Pakistan. Under Mike Hesson, they've structured their team well. They've picked the right kind of batters. They've gone in with someone who can hit a long ball at the end. And they've packed their batting very deep. It helps them that in these conditions, a Saim Ayub can bowl for you. It helps them because otherwise they're a bowler short, I think, if Saim Ayub's not bowling well. But they've packed their side very similar to India. And that is how you can play. Fahim Ashraf will allow you to get those 20 of 8 at the end. Helped, of course, by a sitter that every one of us would have taken.
But, you know, we saw Pakistan shuffle around their batting lineup quite a lot today. With Sanju Samson, we know that he likes that pace on. So do you think he'll stick to that number 3 which we saw against Oman, or that's not going to happen?
No, I think somebody like Surya Kumar Yadav is fine because he's the X factor, and someone like him won't allow the spinners to settle. So I would want Surya Kumar Yadav any day if he's playing in my team and he's the captain and it's a T20 format. Surya Kumar Yadav comes in at number 3 for me.
But Harsha, then if it is Sanju Samson coming in at maybe 5 or 6, the ball's not really coming on, it's
not his
coming
strength.
slow, it's not his strength, how is he going to adapt it?
You've got to adapt.
Yeah.
I mean, there are days when things are not in your favor. There are days when you're not playing to your strength, and you still got to go and score runs like he did the other day. It was not a typical Sanju Samson innings, but he ground out a 50. Today, there's no time to grind it out. The question is between him and Tilak Varma more than him and Sky. Sky can come in at 4 because I think he's just at home. Do you want that aggressive left-hander in Tilak Varma at 3, or do you want to gamble with Samson? My gut feel is that India have decided this is how they're going to play. And so they will have Tilak and Surya Kumar at 3 and 4 and Sanju Samson behind.
You know, Harsha, we were talking about this in the green room as well. Where 171 in an IPL game, it feels like, all right, this is pretty chaseable. But Kartik coming into an international T20I, suddenly, why does this 171, maybe the conditions, but why does it feel like it's not as easy as an IPL game?
I think it's just the conditions for me, more than anything else. We've been saying all along, from the time this Asia Cup started, it's not been that kind of a tournament where high scores have been possible. We've had 168, 169. We've not had some high scores. So from that point of view, given the fact that the enormity of the situation, it's an India-Pakistan game, and again, conditions-based, I would just put it down to conditions. 171 seems a bit more. But again, you back your players, you back the strength that India has, you should get it. As Harsha said, you should get it. 171, there were no signs which suggested that there is anything wrong with that surface. But again, pressure, occasion, they do wonders.
Yes.
Yesterday, Bangladesh chased down 169. It was an adjacent pitch, I think. But I thought they handled that chase very well. Sri Lanka didn't bowl very well. You'd imagine Pakistan will bowl better than Sri Lanka will bowl. But in the IPL, I think one of the reasons is in the IPL, we get fabulous batting pitches.
Oh, unbelievable.
So you're looking Hyderabad, you're looking Mumbai, you're looking Bangalore, you're looking at these pitches. 170 is a walk in the park.
Calcutta.
200 is gettable. Calcutta now. 200 is gettable. There's a different kind of pitch.
You
so I
feel
think
bad
it's going
for
to be a
the bowlers
challenge.
there. You feel bad. You know, as a bowler that you're going to be pelted around the park. So you feel bad. Over here, there's at least something for the bowlers. You could go for runs only if you bowl badly.
Yes.
You still have to bowl well. But over there, even if you bowl well, there's no margin for error. Good balls fly.
Yeah, there's no dew. I don't think there was much dew yesterday.
That we saw yet.
Yesterday, was there dew?
No.
I don't think there was much dew yesterday either, so I don't think there's dew.
But also for India, they need to start off well. Yes. We saw Pakistan come out. They had that aggression when they came out. So they would want to come out and start that power play well, because everyone who's having a good power play is kind of winning the game.
I think you need to get 55, 60, 50, 55, 55 at least in the power play.
So is that your prediction then?
My prediction is 52.
52 for Harsha.
I'm going with 56. Not that I'm winning anything, but
52, 56 for Kartik.
Is that what you thought?
I was thinking 55.
So say 55.
55.
All right then.
No, say whatever you want.
Yesterday, me and Rohan went 53, 54.
You all stuck close to
I lost.
I know.
So 52
if
for
Shivam
you.
Dubey had stayed on the boundary rope,
line.
I might have just inched up a little bit on that table. But you know, ifs and buts.
And candle and nuts. What a beautiful Christmas we would have.
Christmas is still far away, but we are going to focus on 52, 56 and 55 for me. That's what Pakistan were after their power play. So I'll stick to 55. I'll find out if any of us come close to that score, and we'll give you all the updates at the 10 point at the Cricbuzz Combox. Thank you, Harsha. Thank you, Kartik. We will see you all there in the Cricbuzz Combox. Thank you so much for watching.